Yo, what's going on, guys? This is your boy Poison Okami here. Me, myself, and I back at it again with another video, and today's video is going to be a character guide for Edo Minato, also known as Reanimated Minato. So, Reanimated Minato here is a very interesting character, and I've had a few of you ask over the coming months about making a guide on him, so here's a comment here of this lovely user. So, I'm going to go ahead and bring Edo Minato's guide forward to you guys literally now. So, let's take a look at his item set. So, his item set has got one defense down, one attack down tag, not a very good thing, just good for like making a conversion off of, even though that one messed up. We got the 3 kunai bags as well, which is kind of good. It's good for making like a lot of pressure situations, like confirming a grab or something. And then after that, you have the speed pills, which obviously just make Minato a little faster than he already is, which, you know, this is pretty good, right? So, before I get into the combo segment, I actually just want to say this character guide is going to be a very unique one because there isn't actually much to Minato in his base item set. His base moveset, rather than his awakening. His awakening is actually the most interesting part of Minato's moveset. But I'm going to go over how this character is significant in his own right and what makes him good despite his lack of assets that he has compared to the other characters. So in his combo segment, he has no infinite combos. He has infinite stun there. However, you cannot jump because when I try to jump, he automatically does a teleport. As soon as he connects the kunai, he teleports and does his kick and then absolutely ruins it. So one thing you can do there is just counter and the switch. That's always like one thing you can do in that scenario. Or you can backdash and switch like so. And then in that scenario, you can backdash switch into UJ. So it's very quick inputs, but what I did is that I do backdash switch and then the next character's ultimate jutsu. It's a very fast-paced thing to do. Obviously, you want to like jump dash in them like this as a way to save chakra, and then that way you can continue your combo, get as much damage as you possibly can in there. But other than that, in all of his combos, he's got no like infinite or nothing special. In his down combo, it just grounds them. The neutral combo sends him away for a strike back, and then the up combo just obviously, like most up combos, sends him up in the air. So yeah, that's one thing. Okay, so he has extended stun in his neutral combo as well. So when you go into a neutral, there is when you want to switch, and then do the future and extended stun. I'll try and do it correctly now. There you go, like so. And then there is your extended stun. And you can land a nice UJ off of that as well, and it's all good. So yeah, that's where you do the neutral. So basically, for the extended stun, you want to do the neutral combo, and you want to switch there. But pretty much after he does the kick and before he does the 2 hits after. So somewhere like around there. It's very strict timing, but you want to practice that a lot. So that's pretty much about it for the combo segment. In his air combo, he doesn't really have like a ground combo to reset or anything. But however, there is a problem with the ground combo. At the very end of the ground combo, your opponent can actually do a rebound. I recommend switching like this when you do it because at the very last hit, so basically, when Minato falls from the air combo, probably try and get him high enough. He's actually doing multiple hits as he's zooming down with that yellow flash tech that he does. Basically, what the opponent can do is that they can ninja move and then counter Minato. And if you're not careful, they can counter parry you. So when you're Minato in this situation, what you want to do is when the last hit is happening, just lead switch. Always leader switch. Because if there is that chance where they rebound and counter you, you're screwed. So don't set yourself up for failure there. Always make sure to do that. But other than that, there isn't really anything too special with his air combo. Like Jiraiya, he can kind of do a, you know, like a juggle thing. And then into like a guard manipulation, which is cool. But, you know, that's like one thing he can do. But other than that, Minato doesn't really have anything like special in his combos, you know, like he's a very basic character. He's very, yeah, basic. Anyways, let's move on to the grab. The grab has very bad range, as you can see. Takes a little while to land it out close, obviously. That's why you gotta make sure you're really up in their face and doing it like that as a way to grab it. And then when you do grab it, you're in the air, so you can get extra damage with a kunai after. So it's always nice to use like kunai or chakra kunai. I think it's better to actually use the regular kunai because there's multiple kunais hitting. Yeah, it's just a little bit extra damage. So you got that. That's pretty much like your main options. And then a way to land the grab, one thing I do is I tease his one hit as well. Minato's IC1 is really good for its range and its speed. Not only that, but it gives him momentum as well, so he's always in the opponent's face every time he cancels. Like so. And then I do things like that. The amount of times you make your opponent panic when you get up to them and you just start doing this, because they're expecting like you to do something crazy. A lot of people will try to counter. So a lot of people, after the kunai, they'll try to counter, into which you can do a grab. If they do counter there, you can land like a UJ as well, obviously. But this is one thing I like to do, is do this. You know, do that stuff like that. Do stuff like that. Or yeah, sometimes you can do the IC2. Kunai, IC1, kunai, grab. That is like, these are good ways to land the grab. And then as I said earlier with the item set, one thing you can do as like a lead is just, you know, do stuff like this. And then play with them like this. And then land a grab like that. Those are like good ways to land Minato's grab, get that kunai off and then back off. You'll find yourself actually using landing Minato's grab a lot because it comes out very fast. It comes out extremely fast. Puts you in this nice scenario right here. You know, put a debuff on him or whatever. You're laughing, you know, really good fun. So let's take a look at his tilt. Again, his tilt, very basic. There aren't a lot of realistic scenarios where you land it because he has to throw his body forward at a very short range and then he gives him like a teleportation thing, like so. So one thing I like to do is just do this over and over and over again. People panic when they see you do this, and sometimes they try to hit the circle button, but they'll whiff, and then you can end up behind them, and then you'll be fine. So if you see them do that, you can end up behind them. What a lot of people do, and I don't recommend doing this, is they'll land a tilt, and then they'll do this. Oh man, when am I going to tilt? Wow. Bro, don't be the Edo Minato player that does that. The moment you're within this range, it's so obvious that you're going to do a tilt. So your opponent is either going to be jumping a bunch or they're just going to block. Like, there's no use in actually just trying to... There's absolutely no use in trying to, like, do anything crazy like that. I recommend doing that playing normally. If your opponent manages to get out, that's fine. Just use it as a way to get close. This tilt is a key for you to get close. And then if you want to, play some mind games with them as well. Like, the true mind games is when you're doing this. This scares people a lot. When you're doing that over and over and over again, and then you can land it into the grab as well. Like, really make sure to confuse the opponent. Make them unsafe. You know, doing things like this, that really gets them scared, really gets them unsafe. You know, go straight into like a jutsu as well. Really fast start up jutsu. This is why the two work well together. But yeah, that's pretty much about that for the tilt. Use it as a way, as like a mind game. Do not do the obvious of going all the way over here and then doing the tilt, because that is just, it's just the most obvious thing ever. Use it in more of a mid-range, close-range, conventional way, and then use it with your other assets like your grab or your jutsu. Let's move on to the jutsu segment. So jutsu. I believe this Minato actually has the fastest Rasengan startup in the game. It starts up incredibly fast, does a good amount of damage, and on hit does a cutscene. It's pretty nice. Obviously, you can get a strike back if, you know, if they're blown away far enough and with enough room. This Rasengan can be charged into the Flying Raijin level 2. You can cancel it and then convert off of it as well. But obviously, make sure you cancel at the correct time. So that's always neat. There you go. There's your conversion there off of the Flying Raijin. And then, as you may have seen in my Rasengan guide, the tracking on the Rasengan ain't great and things like that. So one interesting thing about the Rasengan is that it acts a lot differently on block than it does compared to other things. So basically, it does 2 separate hits like so. This is really good to do. Because after the first hit, when they see that nothing's happening, a lot of people will either try to like move, like ninja move, or try to punish you, to which the second hit will kick in and they'll get punished instantly and then get blown away and they'll take some damage from it. And then if they continue blocking, then it just makes for some good guard pressure. So yeah, you can always do that as well. So after the second hit, just cancel it instantly and then go into your guard pressure. Speaking of which, here's your guard pressure. I guess I'll do the guard pressure segment here of the video since I didn't do it earlier. When it comes to Minato and his guard pressure, he does it a little differently. He only goes up to his IC3 in terms of pressure, but he only does part of the IC3 because he does this. So you can literally do this over and over again. Some people are too scared to move away from this, so you can take advantage of that and keep going until the guard breaks. Some people do know how to escape it, so they know how to escape it. You can just walk cancel, so just walk like this and then just walk towards them, or just chakra dash and then go forward. But the thing is, there's no actual guaranteed guard break, guard breaking method for him. As you can see, the air hit is very unsafe. Like, that was okay, I guess, but yeah, he hasn't really got a good, like, air hit pressure or anything. So, yeah, this is where the guard pressure is just literally just IC1 kunai. IC1 kunai is, like, really a good way to go. You know, doing stuff like that. But, yeah, in terms of guard pressure, that's pretty much about it. So yeah, for the guard pressure and the Jutsu segment, that is pretty much about it. There isn't really much else to it. Obviously, you can run alongside the Rasengan, acts differently on block, as you can see when he's a support. And then obviously it changed when you switches to him. But yeah, other than that, not really much else to the Rasengan there. That's pretty much about it. And then, to be honest, the Omo Jutsu is something you can throw out sometimes. You can just throw this out because it covers a wide coverage. And not only that, but he then recovers very fast off of it. So you can try and do this against like ninja moving opponents, but to be honest, as a top player, it's not really something I try to throw out much. Only one kunai hit, so it does only like very little guard damage every time. As you can see, Hanabi's been sitting on that red block for a while, and now it's just only just broke. So like, yeah, that's something you can do, but yeah. Right, anyways, let's get to the more interesting part of the video and check out Edo Minato's awakening. Okay, this is where the most interesting stuff is, which is sad because your awakening doesn't last very long when you get it. Alright, so he has infinites almost everywhere. So, he has an infinite in his IC1. That's right, IC1 infinite. This man's got it. Okay, messed up right off the bat. Now, the one thing you want to be aware of with this is, it pushes the opponent away. So, if you keep doing this, after a while, you're going to lose them. So this is why you want to learn holo stepping, because you're going to push them away so much, and then you can see they're getting far, and then you want to like holo step towards them. Obviously, armor break can ruin it as well, so you don't want to do that. You know, have that ruin your day. But yep, that's literally it. You just want to do that, reset with a holo step every now and then, or you can have all of them be holo steps like this. That's pretty much an infinite, and as you can see, it can do a fair bit of damage. You know, chaining these back and forth, the damage adds up. It's pretty good fun. Also, it just feels and looks fun to do. Like, you're just doing one hit over and over. And yeah, it's good fun. And then not only that, but you can also do this with the air hit as well. Now, it's hard to see because obviously it's like a different type of stun. So I'm just going to do this. There you go. So this is how you know this is legit. This does significantly less damage than his IC1. AC1 does a lot less damage, so you're literally just doing this for style points, I guess. So then you can go into that. And then you can do an infinite off of that as well. So basically all the hits before his cutscene can do it as well. There you go, like so. And then you can go into the other one. So literally a combo that you can do is just literally just go, oops, that's the tilt. Get into that in a minute. It's this, and then cool. And then do it again. Cool. And then you can literally keep doing it until they get their subs back. That's literally that. Cool. So that's pretty much the tech with that. Obviously, like I said, you can do this over and over. You can do this. You can literally, if you want, just do this. It's crazy. That's literally it. And then another thing you can do, let's take a look at his grab. His grab is literally like a little Rasengan that he does. So it comes out, you know, kind of fast for like an awakening grab. It's not too bad. And then here is the tilt as well. So he actually moves on his own with the tilt. He doesn't actually have to hit it to move. I guess you can use this as a way of like safe movement, like another chakra dash, I suppose. So I guess versus a chakra dash, this wouldn't actually do. I mean, this would probably do well. Let's test it. Let's see how this does against a chakra dash. Yep. And even if the shuriken don't hit, it still does really well. So that is one thing that you can take a look at, is how well this does. So you can always use this as like as a form of an approach or whatever. It's pretty good. Oh yeah, the full air combo looks like this as well. Doesn't really do a lot of damage apparently, but I mean, this is what the infinite's for, right? You know, the fact we can do this over and over again is pretty useful. And then his jutsu. So there's actually some interesting tech with this Jutsu and this awakening that I actually just found when I was practicing with him. So I think the Jutsu's got quite good range on it anyways. Yeah, it's not bad. It goes across like the whole stage. So when your opponent is blocking, you can throw shuriken and then land, use it as a way to teleport. Which is a very neat tech, actually. You know, I actually really like this. Because you can literally do this and then instant teleport. Obviously, you need to guarantee that the shuriken hits the opponent. Obviously, if the opponent's moving, it won't work. So they gotta be like blocking as well. But it's a good way to get from one edge of the stage to the other whilst applying like guard pressure. Like look at this free guard pressure and then damage. And then you're up in their face to do this. And then you get your infinite off. And then yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much about it for Edo Minato. So I'll go into a general conclusion of the character. So the general conclusion of Edo Minato is basically he has what makes him good is depending on how good your fundamentals are. He is a fundamental based character. Now he is very good with mobility, having really good ninja moving and very good just overall movement as well. And then his kunai are kind of good, but not as good as Alive Minato's. He throws his kunai a little too early, so you can never pressure or convert off of them as well as you can with Alive Minato. So you need to make use of this with his other assets. You need to use items, you need to use your supports as a way to basically land grabs, to land jutsus, and basically this Minato is a mind game character. He's a character where you throw out the IC1, mix it up with an IC2, or whatever, like so. Holostep, kunais, it's a lot of kunai throwing and a lot of grabbing. You'd be surprised how many grabs you can land with this character. But he's a fast character, so you want to play fast. If you don't play fast and you're quite a slow player, I wouldn't really say this character is for you. But yeah, Minato, he's very much based on this, and then doing things like this as well. So basically, chakra dashing off block into Rasengan is an amazing idea to do, because he has such a fast Rasengan startup, and he is literally all mind games and basically forcing your opponent to do things they don't want to do. Basically, he's a scary character if played fast, and you can put them in scenarios like this, still have a kunai bag left over to do some crazy stuff as well, like so, and then you can just get nice pressure like this. So yeah, that is pretty much Edo Minato in a nutshell. You know, obviously with you know, with supports it makes him pretty good as well. And then obviously be sure to abuse the fast start up on his awakening, on his Rasengan. You will want to throw out your Rasengan quite a bit in the neutral game about in this range or whatever, because you know you can always just like land a nice Rasengan. Obviously the cutscene looks good. Use that as a way to you know, to land a tilt or whatever, and then you know, do your cool things where you confuse your opponent as well. That's always a good thing to do as well. You know, use it as a way to get aggressive, go up in their face, go into your other characters, use the things I taught you with the other characters and their character guides. You know, the sky is the limit with this character in terms of how you play him fundamentally. He is a very good character. As you can see, he works really well with his other Hokage friends. You know, you can do a lot of nice setups like this as well. Basically, Minato is all mix-ups. That's all he is all mix-ups. And yeah, throwing out these kunais, there's a lot of them. They can be annoying. Jutsu is weird and annoying on block. That's real. He's just got mix-up opportunities literally everywhere. And that's what I like about this Minato. And then, like I said, his awakening is where all the most interesting thing happens with his jutsus and conversions into, you know, off of his infinites, because he's got lots of infinites with his jutsu and things like that. He's a very good character. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this unique character guide. If you guys have any questions or anything, please be sure to let me know down in the comments. I'll try and upload some gameplay around this video coming out of some Edo Minato. You might see it in some live streams, or you might see it in the next Evo video, and I can better show you how Edo Minato is played and used. And then you can get a good idea of how he plays, considering his lack of infinites or his lack of useful tools with his tilt and such. Anyways, that's it for the video. If you have any questions, be sure to comment down below. It's been your boy Poison Okami. Atane.